Okay. Let's do nah, nah. Let's see here. If I go here, here. Oh my god, it's been so long! I actually don't remember like anything. Give me one sec. Not studio. How do I just get back to YouTube? Okay, so I go nah, copy. I am so sorry to anybody who watches this later, because this is a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. Give me one sec. Just testing. Here we go. Okay, and then I should probably bring something up on my phone. Okay, so really quickly to explain what's going on here, in case anybody's watching this later, I'm actually just here to mainly test out my model and see what happens. And as a little bit of a side project to that, I'm actually going to be checking out Weiss Schwarz again. It has been a very, very long time since I've seen anything from this, so I'm going to go ahead and check it out here. But I do need some way to read the chat, so I will just need to go and find this on my phone really quick. Should be like 2 more seconds here. Okay, so I'm gonna go nah, nah. Hopefully this doesn't pick up. And it looks like we have Alex in here, so that's cool. Hiya, Alex. I actually have no idea what I'm doing right now, so just bear with me for a second. Let's see. Man, it's been so long. I don't even know where to begin, if I'm being completely honest here. I did hear that there was a pretty weird set that came out. Adventure Time, right? So give me 1 second to see if I can find Adventure Time, because that sounds absolutely insane. You know what? Probably faster if I just searched it like this. Advent. Oh, whoops. 1 sec. Okay. It's not here. Gosh darn it. It's not here. Chris! Hello, Chris. I do not have a way to wave at you yet, but I do thank you for showing up. Okay, so Adventure Time's out. I do notice, though, that there are 2 more Modica sets. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. First things first, we're going to go ahead and look at some Modica. I am very, very curious. It's our little baby folder. I have not been there in a while. You know what I should do, though? What would be like the absolute best idea of all time? I should make one of these that looks like a princess, and then I should go back and look at that game. I will make an official Princess Kudo model to go along with looking at that game again. Okay, so let's start here. Trial deck. I'm sure these cards are going to be just absolutely busted and amazing because, I mean, Weiss Schwarz is at a point now where I'm sure power creep is, in one way or another, probably hitting this game like a ton of bricks. So let's take a quick look here. Okay, 500 power. Gotcha. Uh, Pay 1 climax, hand to waiting room, choose 1 card from waiting, return it to hand. Um, okay, I get it. That makes sense. It's essentially a way to stack your waiting room to make sure that you can get a good redraw. Don't know if I'm super crazy about this, but it seems okay. Let's take a look at another one. Okay, in your climax phase, choose one of your magic characters during this turn, plus 1,000 power. Wow, and that just happens, huh? Okay, that's pretty cool. Flip 4, waiting room, draw up to 1 card. Huh. Okay, so we're looking at a red brainstorm that doesn't actually get you characters back. That's a bit of an odd choice. I don't know if I like the card draw quite as much as just getting cards back, but I guess I'll just take what I can get. What is this? What is this? Why is this here? Is ability okay, so you're magic and magia, which is first of all, can we just say for a second, hella redundant, but second of all, um, it's kind of weird keywords to have, but alright, let's keep looking. During your turn, all of your other let's see. Mateta wake Mateta wake shanai kara reina. Okay. 5500 vanilla. Get plus 2000 power. Okay, I see where we're going with this. So this is going to be kind of like the Mitsuaki High, whatever her face was, Sakura. So this is basically like the Sakura strategy where you have one character, doesn't swing for a whole lot of soul, but you can get to really high numbers. Because if you can get two of these in the back, then this is a 9500 on turn one. Absolutely insane. And it also bonds, so that helps. Okay. Again, I kind of feel like this is going to be a little bit power creepy. I know it's been a long time since I've actually looked over something like this, but I do sort of feel the power creep a coming. We will check though. I don't think this is necessarily something that can break the entire game, but I do recognize that it could be a problem depending on what else we have. This character, choose one of your characters. This turn gets plus 1000 power. Balanced. When this card becomes reversed, if its battle opponent is level 1 or lower. Oof. Okay, so Suicide or level 1. Gotcha. At 0 power, that's not too bad, and when it gets played, you get to give plus 1000 power to somebody else. That's pretty good too. During your turn for each of your magic characters, this gets plus 500 power. That's weak. I don't know why you would ever use that, but okay. Climax combo. This card attacks if PPPH. Not liking that name. Uh, if anybody here has ever been a denizen of the slightly less scrupulous parts of the web, you know that this has a bit of a connection with something else, but we won't talk too much about it. Is in your climax slot, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a magic character, add it to hand. Wow. Okay. I get it. I don't hate it. I'm not sure if I like it quite as much as just having the raw power you get from the crazy 9500 monster combo over here, but okay. And then of course this is the chick. No effects, 5500 vanilla. Y'all know how I feel about 5500 vanillas, but if you have just one of these characters in play, this is a 7500, so I can't really complain there, especially since it's free. Man, I still need to get my hands on the JoJo set for Weiss. That and Adventure Time this year. Yeah, I really wanted to take a look at the Adventure Time set, but apparently that's just not gonna happen. Adventure Time is English only, so don't know if Akiba will have it. Okay, we'll check out Heart of the Cards later and see if maybe they have it. I'm not sure how long this is gonna run. It's probably only gonna run for about an hour or so, because again, right now I'm kind of just testing something out, but we'll see what happens. So, this card is placed on stage from hand during this turn. It gets plus X power. X is the number of your magic characters times 1000. So, potential 11,000 during one turn. It's an assassin. It has Encore. The Encore feels super useless here, although it is just getting rid of magic characters, so I guess it's not that bad because you're not dealing damage to yourself. I really don't see. Oh, never mind. I get it. Okay, so forgive me for a second. I actually forgot that cards that cost 2 actually attack for 2 soul. So yeah, this is pretty good. You play it, and during the first turn it comes into play, you can just straight up kill another character. Probably, again, power creep. I don't know how powerful the cards have gotten, but 11,500 is nothing to sneeze at. And then after that, you can just keep encoring her back by getting rid of a magic character and then swinging in for 2 soul. Makes sense to me. I've never actually seen any of these cards before. I mean, not just the cards, but the characters. I actually have no idea what's happening right now with all of this. I'm going to have to look more into it. Because I do remember being a pretty big fan of Modica, but I don't think I got into any of the side content stuff. During your turn, this card gets plus 2000 power. Wow. When this card is placed on stage from hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a magic character, deal 1 damage to your opponent. So, quick bit of damage. Um, 12,000 on your turn. It's not horrible. I don't hate it. Definitely not the best I've ever seen. Okay, so we've got red back, play stock, +1 soul. Okay, pretty basic. Kokokara Hajimeru. Oh no, I forgot how to read this. Give me 1 second. I know that this is mono. Uh, Monogatari? Kokokara Hajimeru Monogatari. Iroha. Iroha. So, my story begins here. Is that it? My story begins here. Iroha. When this card attacks, choose one of your magic characters +1500. Wow, this set pumps so much. I don't remember this much pump being in Madoka. That's kind of strange. I remember Madoka being more about consistently and encoring and no, sorry, not encoring. Um, oh no, what is it called? Uh-oh. Change. Right. I remember Monica being more about change and consistency. All this pump is throwing me off a little bit, but I guess if you're going to keep making Monica cards, it is good to make new Monica cards, so it does make sense. It does make sense. Okay, Encore, place one character from your hand into the waiting room. Okay. So it just makes sense. I get it. Um, Nana Umi? Is that her last name? Yachio. Nana, something along those lines. Something about seven waters. Um, when this card is placed on stage from hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a magic character, add it to hand. Choose one card from your hand, place it in the waiting room. When this card attacks, choose one of your characters in this turn. Ait gets plus 500 power. Okay, so I'm starting to see where this is going. This is basically a beatdown deck, which again is very strange to see from a Madoka deck. Madoka decks should be about change and, hand consistency, field consistency, things that get stuff out of the discard pile, but it seems like they're going in a different direction here. Totally fine with me. During opponent's turn, if all your characters are magic, this card gets +1 level, plus 1500 power. Neat. So can't be suicided, and it's a 4000. That's really good. Backup 1500, boring. 1 6000 for each of your other magic characters plus 500, so it can get up to a natural 8000 if you have everything in play. More consistent than this strategy right here, but I still think this strategy is probably worth going for more, mainly because if you look at it, so this doesn't cost anything, right? So even if you don't pull this off, you still get all the benefits of this being a 5500 vanilla at 0, because if you don't have to pay anything for it, then it's pretty much just free soul damage every turn, and you have the potential to make it 9500 for free. I think that makes it a little bit better in my personal opinion, but I don't hate this either. I think this is totally fine. All your other magic characters get plus 1000. Ditch one card to the waiting room. Pay the cost if you did. And it heals. Okay. Healer, totally fine. See, healing is something I expect more from Madoka, so that makes perfect sense to me. If you have two or more other magic characters, this character gets plus 3000 power. Okay. When this card is placed on stage from hand, if you have four or more other magic characters, you can put the top card of your deck into stock. Charges stock, very nice. Kudo, are you still living where you lived last time we talked? And I hope you're still together with your dearest. I definitely am. The missus and I are just living over here in Arizona. I don't know if I actually said that last time or when the last time we talked was, but we live in Arizona now. So yeah. It's pretty nice. I got a pretty good job. I'm gonna make an update video one of these days explaining everything that's happened since the move, why I've been so absent, but that is going to have to take a little bit of time until I figure out what I'm actually doing. All right, 9500, level 3. Okay, 2 level 3s, that's about what you would expect from the Monica Sits. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may place the top card of your clock into the waiting room. Okay, healer, this card attacks. One magic character gets plus 500 per. Um, I don't know how I feel about this. It's okay. So I see the potential here, right? Because basically the idea is if you can have this character attack something you know for sure it can beat, then you get the 2 soul, and you also get the potential of making somebody else strong enough to get over a character, which is good, but I would need to see more of the set, just because I think this really only works if your plan revolves around something like a climax combo. In a case like that, I could see that being super good. Um, and obviously, it can be okay if you're just trying to give somebody a plus 2k, but at this stage in the game, you're not really caring about something like this unless you're getting something else besides the attack off of it, in my personal opinion. Like, you can't even really argue that you're trying to keep characters alive, because from what I've seen, your main level 2 attacker is going to have Encore anyway. Cool. I hope you have a proper place now, and most importantly, have you gotten the kitten yet? No. No pets. No pets. None. So let's see. Choose one of your characters during this turn against following ability. When this card attacks with the top card of your deck, if it is a magic character, add it to hand. Choose up to one of your opponent's characters in the front row. During this turn, it gets minus 3,000 power. Ouch. That's a good card. That's actually a really good card. Can you imagine pulling off 2 of these in one turn? Just straight up icing a character by bringing it down to 0 power using this? Man, that sounds sick. Yeah, that's really good, especially because when you reveal the top card of your deck, it's going to trigger both of them. So if you pull off 2 of these on the same character and it attacks, you can just straight up, boom, slap it, get it out of here. Minus 6,000, sorry, minus 6,000. That is going to kill so much. Dang, you're back a VTuber. Something like that. I'm definitely trying. I'm going to show you guys something else that I've been working on here in just a second. This is mainly a test. I can actually see it on my phone. It doesn't look super bad. Um, this is definitely not what I am going to look like permanently, though. I am going to make a few changes. 2 soul. What is this? Yep, it's just a but good old 2 soul, man. Probably still uh, my favorite type of. Oh man, is this gate? Okay, so there had to be something bad here somewhere, and it's obviously this gate right here. I'm not a huge fan of the gates. I really, really don't like using them personally. So I don't know. If I were to build this stack, I'd probably just max this out at 4, along with the red. Yeah. So I'd probably just do 4 of each. I'm thinking. I would have to sit down and really, really look at this to see what else I would change. But from the basic look of it, it's very strange to see Monica turned into like a straight up beatdown deck. I would have to play around with it a little bit to see how I feel about it exactly, but I do think it's got quite a lot of potential. I really like this combo right here. I think it's much better than the Sayaka second year combo. Sorry, wrong one. This one. Sayaka second year combo. I think this has a lot more potential, and the fact that it bonds like this, I really like. I know the other one bonds to the Sayaka whatever. No, sorry, it's what's her name? Kyoko sharing apples, I think it is. Was it Kyoko sharing apples with Sayaka's second year? I honestly can't remember. Also, congrats with good job. Thank you. Thank you very much. The one VTuber I will stand. Oh, you. You, Lunchbox, you. Thank you so much for the support, my dude. So, yeah, I've taken a look at this. It's about what I expected. I do feel like this is much more powerful than something they would have released like 3 or 4 years ago. I can definitely see a little bit of power creep starting to hit, which terrifies me to no end, because one of the things that makes Weiss Schwarz such a compelling game is the fact that deck building is always fresh, because power creep's not really a thing. Like if I were to take a deck from like this era right here and put it against a deck from this era right here, the power difference would be pretty negligible unless it's a set that's gotten many, 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 many sets. Like if I were to have like Love Live go against Dog Days, then obviously Love Live's going to have much, much, much more to work with, so it's going to be way better. But I mean, Like the appeal is I could play something like Charlotte here, for example, and I could put Charlotte up against I don't know. Let's take a look here. Lost Decade. I could put Charlotte up against Lost Decade and actually stand a bit of a chance. I just got into this game recently. I am very very excited to take a look at it, but I I don't know if I want to yet because I haven't finished it and I don't really want to see it and get a whole bunch of spoilers. That would be horrible. I think I like Weiss because I can just pick and choose which sets I get depending on the series I actually like. Unless it's Persona 5, that thing is just expensive. Yep. So that's exactly how I feel about it too. Like really, the entire thing that makes Weiss Schwarz so great is the fact that you can really just play whatever you want, and even though your chances of winning aren't always going to be super high, you always have a chance of winning. You never feel like you're being super underpowered. Sorry, one sec. I saw Haruhi and my eyes just sort of flitted straight to it. I've got to take a look. Uh, nice. So I'm a little bit confused about this. If somebody who has been following Weiss Schwarz for a while is watching, can you tell me what's going on with this? So I'm noticing two of them. There's Kadokawa Sneaker Bunko, and there's also Key 20th Anniversary. So are these special sets that can only be used within themselves? Or, like, if I played this, for example, could I add cards from the Haruhi set to it, or is that illegal? Or do they go with each other, and you can only play the mixed sets with other mixed sets? That one doesn't make as much sense, but I am very curious to see how like the whole mix set thing works. Oh yeah, Sneaker Bunko set boosts Haruhi. Okay. They Neo standard with everything. That's super sick. I really like that idea. I'm gonna have to take a look at that too. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and close out the Modica stuff. I saw it. I get it. It is a much better version of a starter deck than some of the stuff I've seen, but yeah, power creep's definitely taken over a little bit, and I am going to take a look at this. So trial deck. Let me see. Let your old pal Kudo take a look at what we've got going on over here. Okay, Yomi-chan, please, please, Yomi-chan. Okay. Oof, ooh, Weiss, we are. Never change, Weiss. Never change. You have my full support until the day I die. Alright, so one card in hand from waiting room. This card is placed on stage from hand. Pay the cost if you do. Okay, Searcher. Got it. Oh, this looks cool. What is this from? Let me see here. High Elf Deidorito? Deidorito. Deidorito. Bunko. Lotus Island. I have no idea. I couldn't even venture a guess. This card is placed on stage from hand. If you have another or character during this turn, it gets plus 2,000 power. Okay. 4,500 Assassin. You got it. Bro, that is from Lotus 4. I don't know what that is. It does have pretty nice artwork, though. Of course, you can't have one of these without a Megamine. This card is placed on stage from hand. Top two, waiting room, gets 1,000 for each other Sneaker Bunko. Or Magic. Or Adventure. This card comes reversed. Your opponent may draw one card. If they do, discard one card. Okay, I get it. It's a downside from the card being so powerful. Makes sense. Look, it's Worst Girl. Are we going to start up a waifu war? Do we really want to do that? First Weiss Schwarz stream in like 90 years, and you're going to start up a waifu war about Megamine? One climax hand, waiting room. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may pay the cost. If you did, choose one, blah, 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 or character from your waiting room return to hands. Okay. I don't mind that at all. That's really good, actually, getting to switch out one climax for one character. Okay. For each of your other these Sneaker Bunko, like I should actually pretend like I know some Japanese when I'm reading these, right? Some Sneaker Bunko or uh Lodos is it Shima? Lodos Shima character gets plus 500 power. Not good, I don't think. It does happen during both turns, so it can be a 6500, but overall it's a pretty bad card. Climax combo. Attacks if blah is placed in your climax slot. Your stock has 5 or less cards. Look at up to 4 cards on top of your deck. Choose one character and put it in your hands. Okay. Much better. I enjoy this. This is good. Consistency. The other cards going to the waiting room is not quite as good, but you're always guaranteed to get at least one card off of it, which I'm a fan of. Counter 3K. And we just looked at this, but we'll look at it again. 4 and place one of your other characters from stage to the waiting room. You can pay the cost and deal 4 damage to your opponent. So we didn't look at this. I think I lied because that does not sound familiar at all. That's awesome. That's so good. I would definitely build a deck around this. Look, it heals and it deals 4 damage to your opponent at the cost of 4 and getting rid of one character from the field, which you can then replace with something else. I like this. I like this a lot. I'm so glad they gave my Haruhi a good card. I might have to just find like one copy of this card and keep it. Let's see. And this is in school. Uh, oh, the strange person in school, or the strangest girl in school. I think is what they're going for here. The strange person in school, though. Okay. Oh. Uh, what is this from? Okay. Let's just inspect it for a second. See if we can get any secret information here. This is definitely necessary. I definitely need to be doing this right now. It's a gate. That's good. So it's a 1k, 1 soul. Nothing special about it outside of that. Um, okay, this one also needs to be inspected. Um, so plus 2 soul. Okay. So overall, this trial deck's looking pretty interesting so far. Um, so that entire thing that I said about power creep, it doesn't really seem to be holding up quite as much. Uh, this deck definitely doesn't look like it's quite as powerful as the deck we just saw, but let's keep looking. So plus 2k when you play the climax, absolutely useless, unless this is not a climax. Oh, it's not. Okay. So this just powers up your... Okay, I get it. I get it. So when you play this character right here, you're seeing a 2k power increase. Got it. So potential 12k, that's pretty good. Bonds with it, also good. Who who is this from? Why do we have these just random cat girls here? And they are getting very, very brave with that placement right there. You got it. Ooh, I'm seeing some color change right there. They are really pushing the limits on what they can do. Plus 500. Okay. One, place this card into waiting room. 4 cards from top of the deck and put one character into your hand. Basically. Basically. Okay, wait until he gets the SRs. Uh-oh. Is this set about to get super not safe for YouTube? I hope not. Um, not bad. Nice. I do enjoy some good Mikuru. Megane No, no, I'm lost right here. I know that that's good, and that's woman. Uh, is it? I'm thinking it's probably something along the lines of Glasses type Mikuru. When your character trigger checks climax, choose one of your characters, it gets plus 2,000. Okay, so it gives a little bit of a cushion if you happen to trigger a climax. That's really good. And then it brainstorms for drawing a card. Okay, totally fine. Ooh, this looks cool. I thought maybe if I zoomed in a little bit, I'd be able to see who that is in the glasses. I cannot. For each of your other blah 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 characters, plus 500. Encores for one character. Um, Potential 7,500. Uh, um, Not a fan. This definitely isn't quite as good as our 9,500 friends in the Modica set, but okay. Characters in front get plus X power. X is equal to the character's level times 500. When this card is placed on stage from hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a blah blah character, add it to your hand, and then discard. 500. Eh. So yeah, it's a bi-level assist. I get it. Again, it's totally fine. I'm not gonna say it's a great card. I'm not gonna say it's a bad card. It's totally just fine. You look familiar. This card attacks during this turn, plus X power. X is equal to your other black characters times 1,000. Character in your hands. During your opponent's turn, if this card becomes reversed, you may pay the cost. If you did, rest this card at the beginning of your Encore step. Send this card to memory. But why? During opponent's turn, if this card becomes reverse, you may pay the cost. If you did, rest this card. At the beginning of your Encore step, send this card to memory. Am I missing something? Okay, so you can put one of these cards in your hand from the... Why is this good? Somebody who knows Weiss, Schwarz, and this set, tell me why this card is good and why I would ever use it. Like, I've been covering this game for like 10 years, and I still have no idea why I would want to discard a card from my hands, reverse this character. Uh, this card becomes reverse. You pay the cost. If you did rest this card, so it becomes not dead, but then at the beginning of my Encore step, send this card to memory. I don't know. I don't think that's quite worth. I understand wanting cards in the memory because you want... Oh, that's weird. My headset went out for a second. So, I understand wanting consistency, but it's just not a good way of getting it, in my opinion. 8,500. Okay. Aqua. Place this card on stage from hand. Look at X cards to the top of your deck. Choose one. Add it to hand. Add it to Han. Add it to Han. Place the remaining cards into waiting room. X is equal to the number of your blot or blot or blot characters when this card attacks. During this turn, this card gets plus X power. Okay. Okay. I get you. I get you. So, it's potentially pretty big, actually. This this could be a 13,000. So all the people who make fun of Aqua for being useless, she has a pretty good level 3. So boo to those people. You have 2 or less characters. You cannot play this card from your hands. Place 2 cards on the top of your deck in a waiting room. Choose one character with level X or lower from your waiting room. Return to hand. X is equal to the total level of those cards. Okay. So discard 2 cards from the top of your deck and then get a character back. That's totally fine. 1K, 1 soul. More pants. I hate pants triggers. A lot of nosebleed worthy cards. I'm saying it. So there's actually something else I want to do after this. Just because our good friend Lunchbox said something about it, we're going to go ahead and scroll down here and check out what's going on here in the the secret rare section. Promo cards. Okay. Oh. Okay. Alrighty. I see where we're going with this. Alright, so nah, 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 nah. I've been back for like half an hour, and I feel like I'm already about to get myself demonetized. No problem though. Oh no, I'm not gonna make my 30 cents from this video. It's not even a big deal. Let's just take a look at all the things. Wonder what would happen if I did a review of this set. I wonder if I even could. Okay. So, nice, not bad. I don't actually recognize her. What is she from? I feel like such a fake I feel like such a fake anime fan right now. I don't know who any of these characters are. Okay. Not bad. Signature. I always really love these signatures. I know there's a lot going on here, but the signatures are actually like legitimately really cool on these cards. Yep, I'm seeing it. It's just a little bit. Yeah, they're they're definitely pushing here. Okay. Once again, no idea who this is. Not too bad of a card. Jesus. I mean, I'm all for shameless sexuality, but that is that is rough. Okay. Somehow the least sexualized card we've looked at so far. Okay. Not too bad. Wow. So, all right. So this is probably the point where I should ask if this is just from a legitimate hentai. I feel like it has to be, right? Like I feel like this has to be from an like actual honest to goodness. It has to be. And also, catch you later, Chris. Thank you so much for stopping by. I know this is getting a little bit weird, but I was just very curious, and somebody said something. I mean, the thing about Weiss Schwarz is it's already got so many like waifu-tastic cards that when somebody points out that there's even more than what you've already seen, like when somebody says that like there's sexualized cards in Weiss Schwarz, like you have to check and see exactly what they're talking about because like everything is already so sexualized that if somebody is surprised by the amount of sexualization in a set, you kind of have to look at it. Them's the rules. So, let's see here. Trying to figure out what I want to do next. This is going to end up becoming a YouTube video, so for the people who are watching on YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and look at the thing that I was going to show before. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to have to load it up. Okay. So, the character that you see bouncing around over here is not technically any kind of finished thing. So I'm a little bit stuck on where to go with the whole Kudokun thing. Um, I've got a few ideas, and the direction of where I want to go is basically dependent on like three variables, right? So I've got three main characters here. This is the first one that I worked on. Oh, give it just a second to load. Okay, so this is the first character I worked on. The idea was to go for a sort of like cyberpunky thing, mainly because if I'm going to be like a virtual character, I figured a character like revolving around um, virtual reality and virtual stuff would be cool. So you've got the glowing bits here. You've got this hair. I'm actually a really big fan of this hair. I kind of dig it. I don't know what it is about it, but I think it's actually pretty close to the hair that I have in real life. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You got the sort of sullen look, which I really enjoy. You got the eye color. I was looking for something kind of orangish to go with the orange lights that are on my suit here. And yeah, so this was the first model I made, and I call it the base because it is essentially the base. And then I will close out of this really quickly. And then we'll go into the character that you're currently looking at right now. I feel like this is the most complete of the characters that I have, and that's the reason that I'm currently using it. This is a very, very casual version of the look. If you'll notice, my hair is a really light brown, which I think goes really nicely with this aesthetic. I feel like having black hair with this look just really wouldn't bring it together. I found this shirt that I really like. This isn't what it's supposed to look like. It's actually supposed to be like torn up here, but I kind of like just the actual full shirt. This little orange tie right here, it's a little bit ridiculous looking, but there's something about it I kind of love. Orange is my favorite color, so I definitely wanted orange to be a part of my aesthetic somewhere, and I feel like that's a really good place for it to be. And finally, you got the black slacks, and you've got these shoes. These shoes were actually a free texture, and I went ahead and stole them. They are sick, though. So yeah, so far, I'm not saying that this is necessarily the one that I'm set on going with, but this is definitely the most complete of any of the models that I have so far. So this is the one that I'm currently using. Again, this isn't necessarily like a permanent model that I'm going to be using or anything, but this is the one that I feel is the most complete. And then let me bring up. Okay, and then the last one that I have here is this one, which of all of the characters is the closest and the most faithful to my current avatar, right? So there is a part of me that wants to stick kind of close to the current Kudo-kun aesthetic that I have. This is basically the same hair color. It's not quite the same hair shape, just because there's no way I could do the exact same hair shape. It's got the blue undershirt. I can do a little white trim right here to keep it pretty identical to the other character. You can see this bit right here, which I'll probably change the color of. I'm not a huge fan of the green, but this is also something that I can consider. And yeah, I'm not really sure what direction I want to go in right now. So I'm going to go ahead and close this and just bring up all of them again, like I had before. Yeah, if you're watching this as a YouTube video or something in the future, I would very, very much appreciate some feedback on this, but here's the conundrum that I'm having right now. So I kind of want something that stands out. Yeah. If I'm going to be putting this thing on Facebook and Instagram and all kinds of other places, I need it to be something that pops when you see it. So you should be able to see it and just immediately recognize that it is tied to Kudo-kun. So I'm not sure how I want to do this, but this is going to end up going one of four ways. So step one, I just pick one of these and I completely just keep working on it, and making it as recognizable as possible. That is definitely one thing that I could do. So I could just pick this one or this one or this one, and then just keep working on it for a few weeks and make it as perfect as possible. Um, Two, I could end up just sort of Frankensteining these together and just trying to create something that sort of has some elements of all of them. Maybe take some of the colors from this one and put it on this one, take the hairstyle of this one, put it on this one, and sort of mix and match them until I find something that I'm really happy with. Um, Option three, I could find a completely different model and start over from scratch. Or option four, I could just commission somebody to make a model for me, which is unfortunate, but models are very expensive. It would take a very long time to get it done. And if I choose that option, then it's going to be a long time until I can actually get to all of the other videos that I want to make. So that's not really an option that I'm looking forward to. So yeah, if you are watching this as a YouTube video in the future, I would really appreciate a little bit of input on this. If there's one of these that you like more than the other ones, please let me know. This one doesn't count. This is basically when I downloaded this hair model, it came with like a full model itself. So I had to download this and then extract the hair from it to put the hair on this one. So we've got the sort of cyberpunky look where I'll have a lot of lights and I'll have something very futuristic. We have the casual look where I'll basically just look like a hipster, I guess. And then we have something closer to the original Kudo-kun look. And again, I want to stress, none of these are finished. all of them still have some work to do. So these are basically three aesthetics that I'm trying to choose between so that I can take one and sort of run with it, perfect it as much as possible, and then start using it. So yeah. And again, I can definitely Frankenstein these together. So I can mix around their hair, I can mix around their clothing options, I can mix around the way they look, I can mess with their face textures. Even the eyes here, I'm going with three different things with the eyes. So if there's like eyes that, if there's eyes that you prefer, that would be useful too. And yeah, so I think, what are we down to? We've got about 4 people here. What direction is the channel going with these changes? More streamer playthrough style? Not exactly. So let me explain exactly what the direction of this channel is going in. I'm gonna go ahead and go here. I'm gonna bring up YouTube. You guys are going to get an awkward look at some of the stuff that I watch. Hey, look, it's me. Yep, I've got some people die inside stuff. I've got some cringe. Got a little bit of Japanese stuff. Anyways, so basically the idea is this. I'm gonna bring up a Kudo-kun video. We'll do like a set review. Okay, so the idea behind these changes is from now on, when I make a video like this one here, you see all of this black space back here? I kind of want to do something with it, right? And I know that I've been putting like the text boxes and stuff up here, but one of the complaints that I get sometimes in my videos is the fact that my images are kind of static. There's not really much to look at. So the idea here is I'm going to have some kind of character or something, maybe moving around with the cards to make them more appealing to look at, basically. I'm looking for something to sort of keep the eye a little bit busier. I do want to get into streaming video games and that kind of stuff too. That is definitely on the list of things that I want to do. But one of the things that makes this a bit unique is there aren't any VTubers in my sphere of the internet right now. Like there aren't any VTubers who do card game videos. There aren't any VTubers who do board game videos or anything like that. So this is definitely something I want to continue doing, but I want to do it with a different persona, basically, if that makes any sense. And then, of course, if I do happen to make game reviews too, let me just bring up some game reviews. Uh, where are my actual video game reviews? Is this really what comes up when people look for my reviews? Not even. Okay. So. uh. Okay. Awkward. Okay. Well, we'll just look up like Etrian Odyssey, right? Skudo-kun Etrian Odyssey review. Okay. So you'll notice that for my video game reviews, I also just use static images like this. Having 3D models actually opens up a lot of possibilities. Like one really cute thing I could do is if I get really good at this modeling thing, I could actually dress my characters up to be themed with the games that I'm talking about. Like if I'm talking about Pokemon, for example, I could actually dress my character up as a Pokemon character, and then it'll be like a Pokemon trainer doing a review of the game, which I think is a little bit of a cute addition. You know, it's a little bit better than just having these static images here with all of this black screen here. And then I can start taking my YouTube videos and breaking them down into smaller clips that I can put on other places like Instagram, or I can start making images out of my videos. I can start doing really neat little screenshots using my character whenever I get it ready, and then, yeah. So the channel isn't necessarily going in a different direction. I'm still sticking with mainly reviewing stuff, whether it be card games, board games, or video games. There is going to be some streaming on the side. I've been wanting to do another omnibus for like God knows how long, at least a year and a half. So we'll do doing some more streams and stuff like that too. I'm really trying to just make this as I'm trying to make this as close to the current stuff as possible, but just with this one change of rebranding myself. Like the casual one the most right now. Okay. Well, thank you for the input, Stan. That would be super cool dressing up the model. I know, right? And then if I were to stream a game like League of Legends, for example, right? League of Legends, I'm a Yumi main. If you happen to not know my League of Legends career, I play Yumi all the time, anytime I can. So, like, what if I could play League of Legends, do a stream, and then have like I'm gonna move my model's hand up here. What if like up here I just had like a little Yumi floating here, or like sitting on my head or something? That would be super cool, right? So, yeah, honestly, the whole 3D modeling thing opens up a lot of interesting possibilities for the channel. I don't really plan on changing my content too much. I mainly just want to add to it by actually getting an icon that I can call my own. So for anybody who doesn't know the past of Kudo-kun and why I have this little guy as my avatar, when I first started, I actually wasn't planning on having any kind of avatar at all. And then, because my name is Kudo-kun, which comes from Detective Conan or Case Closed if you're American, uh, I sort of found this really nice looking sprite sheet of all of these characters from Detective Conan, and this character just so happened to be sitting on a pile of books. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. Since I'm going to be teaching people how to do stuff, I'm just going to use that as my avatar for a little while. And then I did. And then everybody started associating this character with me. And if you don't know who this is, let me go and bring up a picture of him too. Subaru Conan. Okay. So I'm going to go to images. We're going to go to. There's a this one right here. So this is a very specific look that got associated with Kudo-kun. You've got the blue collared shirt, you've got the brown jacket, you've got the white trim right here. Everybody thought that this was like a Full Metal Alchemist thing. It's not a Full Metal Alchemist thing. It just comes from this picture. You got the glasses, you got the eyes closed all the time, and you got the hair color. So this image started getting associated with Kudo-kun. So I just kind of took it over, and this became Kudo-kun. But the thing about this is I can't actually market this at all, right? Like if I go on a place like Twitter, for example, I can't just keep using this character right here. I can't just keep having him advertise stuff, and I can't just keep putting him in my thumbnail, and I can't really do anything with this, right? Because it's a copyrighted character that belongs to somebody else. Right now, I'm at a point where I'd really like to, if I continue doing this YouTube thing, find my own identity and sort of step away from using a copyrighted character as my image and my logo, who wasn't even supposed to be there in the first place. Like I literally picked him because the first picture I saw of him was him sitting on a pile of books, and I connected the idea of sitting on a pile of books with being good at teaching somehow. So yeah, gotcha. Thanks. Regarding the branding and model, I think you should have 1 to 2 colors that is prominent and consistent no matter what outfit you're wearing. Yeah, so that's actually kind of what I'm going for. I have I have an image. I don't think it's on this computer. I think I did it at work. Don't judge me. I do some extracurricular stuff at work sometimes. Basically, at work I was messing around with some colors, and I know that I would like orange to be in the outfit somewhere just because it's my favorite color, and then probably black. Because for one, black kind of goes with everything, and for two, orange and gray are sort of my favorite colors. But gray isn't really a good color to use for style. Gray is really the best when it's mixed with something. So I really like blacks and whites and oranges. So if I can stick with that black, white, and orange aesthetic, I'd really like to. And then for my hair, I'd really like it to be um, probably a shade darker than this. I don't know if this really works too well. I thought the lighter color would probably look a little bit better because I have such dark clothing on, and I thought maybe, if like this part of me was a lighter color and then this part of me was a darker color, that would look really nice, but I'm not totally sure. We'll see how it goes. Ew, League. Kudo, you're better than that. Yeah, I know, right? I'm sorry. League of Legends is more of an addiction at this point than anything else. I don't even think I like League of Legends anymore. I think I actually really, really hate League of Legends, but at the same time, I've sort of dedicated so much of my life into League of Legends that it's one of those things that I just can't help but think about every once in a while. So on the weekends, I'll have to go on and play a couple of games or whatever. I was one of those people who thought that was FMA. Yeah, a lot of people thought it was FMA, which makes sense because I keep saying that Full Metal Alchemist is in my top 3 animes of all time. So it would make total sense if I were to mix the looks of both of them. But it is not. If you buy the rights to Detective Conan Problem Solved, I probably could. The American rights would probably cost like what? What do you guys think? Like what? Like $80, $90? It's really, really not popular here, so I could probably get the rights to it fairly cheap. Fairly cheap. But unfortunately, the stuff that I would need to continue this is a little bit too much anyway, so I don't think I'll be buying the rights to an anime franchise anytime soon. But yeah, I mean, with that, I've been streaming for about an hour or so now. I'm gonna go ahead and probably start getting out of here. I'm really happy I got a chance to take a look at Weiss Schwarz again. If there are any sets that are really interesting that I really didn't talk about here, please leave those in the comment section below. Again, for my YouTube watchers, if you have any opinions about the whole Avatar thing, I am taking this extremely seriously right now, so I would really appreciate any kind of input you would like to give me on it. If you got any tips, tricks, or whatever, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. And yeah, hopefully there will be a bit of an update video coming soon, sort of explaining what I've been doing for the past year and why there's been such a lack of videos. And I am looking forward to it. I think getting into this whole VTubing thing is going to really sort of spark something with the channel. I think this is really the change that I need to sort of stop stagnating and really move to the next level. Maybe even get to 10,000 subscribers. Who knows? But anyways, like I said before, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. What's the name of the program? So yeah, I can go ahead and explain that too really quickly before I go. So the actual program that I'm using to make these models is VRoid Studio. It's basically a 3D modeling program that just makes you an anime character. And then on top of that, the program I'm using to actually show all of this is this program here called VDraw. It's a program you have to pay for it, but there's also like this trial version right here you can use. It just has this watermark and some of the features are locked. It's got face tracking on it, which is pretty cool. Like, you can tell that my character's lips are moving right now, and uh, well, that happens when I talk, but it's not exactly super accurate. There's a way better program called Luppet that I'm looking into getting, but the problem with Luppet is it costs money, and I'm not really looking to spend a whole lot of money right now, so that's a problem. And then Unity and Blender are also really useful for this. Oh, I didn't even show you guys the thing. Sorry, there's a thing that I wanted to show you guys, and I didn't even show you guys the thing. So this site right here is a place where you can get stuff. There's a couple of things that I'm still looking into getting, like this right here. I think this hoodie is super cool. But the main thing I wanted to show you guys is... Okay, so these headphones. So when I was going with the whole like cyber look, the entire reason I did is because I would really, really like to find a way to incorporate headphones into my identity. I pretty much always have headphones on at some point, whether they be around my neck or on my head. And these things are super cool. You have to watch this. So I'm going to go ahead and click this here, silence it. So these are mainly for VR chat, which is something I haven't really gotten into, but I'm going to have to if I want to be a VTuber. And I am... So these headphones right here, these are so perfect for me. They look super cool. I love this animation of the light spinning around. If I can get these and color these bits right here orange, I would love to incorporate these into my look. And I think the look that these would go best with is the whole like cyber look that I've got going on here. I've also got another jacket that I could be wearing, but it's a little bit rough. Here's a jacket that I've been looking into getting, but the problem is I don't really like this part right here. So yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. It does come in different colors though, so that's nice. I could do this whole black and white thing right here. That would be really cool. Not really sure what I'm going to do there yet. Hey, Mr. B, you came just in time to see me almost leave. Glad you are back. Big inspiration for me making YouTube. Aww. Ah, Lunchbox. Lunchbox. Don't get all sappy on me. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stick to this style right here. I really want to get. I'm looking to get one of those hand trackers, the Leap Motions, because those things are super awesome. They track your finger motions too, so that you can do really cool stuff during streams, like point and wave and all kinds of stuff. And I'm really looking forward to it. But I've said like 3 times that I'm going to get out of here, so I think I'm going to do it for realsies this time. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Thank you all so much for stopping by, though. It's super cool to see you all. Thank you so much for being a part of this. And if you have any feedback for me, as course, just leave it in the comment section below. And I will catch you all later.